If the last issue had you excited for this current arc, then this comic will have you champing at the bit to see what's coming next.
But I want it now!
Today's word of the day is tension. Can you say tension? But what is tension? In writing, tension is building up a conflict that is explored by the main characters. When a writer is cooking good tension, they give the reader something to be afraid of, which is not the same as being afraid of something. In this case, we the readers are getting worried for the escalating tension that is building between our multiple protagonists. The new Diamond Cutters, Kit and Serge, and now Sonic. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go over what happened in this issue first, and we'll address everything as we go along. This issue kicks right off after Amy and Tails discovered Belle tied up in a locker. After freeing her, Belle tells them that she had originally been responsible for looking over everyone's extreme gear for the big contest. However, the Clean Sweep Inc. Incorporated goons took over and put her away because she had seen too much. The last thing she points out is a certain skeezy possum and his very greasy coat. Bro, do you know how gross you gotta be for someone to only remember you for being greasy? Like, I know the man is a possum, but still. With Amy having dealt with the man in question back in issue 35, she immediately figures out that Clutch is behind everything, and they now have a way forward. Moving back to the Extreme Gear competition, we see the next event is a rather crazy game of aerial dodgeball, with dudes getting smacked. We can see that Sonic is there as the Phantom Rider, about to interfere again until... Hold on, is that another Phantom Rider? Yes, it would appear that a Phantom Rider is already there and holding Duo's scarf. This not only shocks all the racers, but Sonic as well, because who the hell is this? Whoever this new Phantom Rider is, he's going absolutely ape and taking out everyone from innocent participants to our own peak sheep, Lanolin. Now let's be honest, she probably did deserve this. How many people do you think are gonna look at this panel and curse Ian's name because Sonic would never do something so devious, even though A, this isn't Sonic, and B, this story is written by Evan Stanley. Looking forward to this one being taken out of context. If you see this panel being taken out of context, you know who actually reads these things. Regardless, Serge and Jet, seeing their chance for glory, begin pursuit of the fake Phantom Rider, hoping to be the one to take him down. However, they play right into his trap, and as they go into the foggy mist, Whisperer is goaded into attacking Serge by the fake Phantom Rider, who was somehow able to take the shape of other people. Yeah, if it isn't obvious what's going on yet, you're probably a new reader. Hi, my name is SG Wolfie, by the way, and I'd highly recommend checking out my previous videos, starting at issue 33 to get caught up with this story. But yeah, if it wasn't obvious already, it's clearly Mimic playing everybody into fighting each other. Hell, it's even bad when Serge was like, "Oh, I thought we were cool, but I guess we're doing this," when Whisperer attacks her seemingly unprovoked. And just like that, with everyone in the mix, a brawl breaks out between Kit, Serge, the new Diamond Cutters, and the Babylon Rogues. While this is happening, that nasty piece of calamari jumps Sonic from behind, pause, and manages to unmask him. In their struggle, Sonic accidentally gives away his position with explosives as Mimic manages to slip away. As everyone discovers the unmasked hedgehog, they're shocked to find out that the Phantom Rider is none other than their boy, Sonic. Tangle especially seems the most distraught by it, as she is barely pulled away before something comes crashing down upon her. Now this next part is interesting, because in my opinion, all of the juiciest details and setup happen from this point on in the comic. So let's break it all down, shall we? The Babylon Rogues discuss their disbelief that Sonic could, or would ever act a Mickey like this, and try to ruin the competition without good reason. Like, I love how Jet here is like, the man wouldn't disrespect me like that, cause he knows I don't play when it comes to racing. And actually Galaxy brains himself into a proper solution, with him coming to the conclusion that the competition they're all in is a scam. Like bro, Jet, despite seeing Sonic as an insufferable inferior competitor, still respects him enough to know that he wouldn't be caught doing all of this without good reason. That is the kind of scumbag rival dynamic I love to see. One where they might hate each other's guts, but they still respect each other enough to know there are lines the other wouldn't cross. I don't know, it just gives me a nice warm feeling, and adds more layers to the rivalry. Meanwhile, off on the ground floor, Serge and Kid are trying to make sense of what's happening. As far as they're concerned, nothing has been going right for them while they've been following Clutch's instructions. But the real moment that changes everything is when they're confronted by a young fan. Oh hey, Conductor's wife and child from the murder of Sonic. Damn, they're letting a lot of you guys show up lately, being referenced and everything. Anyway, The small child tells Serge that she thinks she's cool after how she fought the Phantom Rider, and how she wants to grow up to punch bad guys too. Aww. This seems to crack the cruel shell that she has put up, and suddenly Serge finds herself questioning whether or not they're truly deserving of such praise and recognition, which seems to be something that she herself struggles with. If you know, you know. Yeah, I think we're all seeing what we knew from the start. Serge and Kid are beyond damaged with this, and it would be the first of many steps to their redemption. With Kid also not understanding much himself, he does state that the times the crowd cheered for them, everything seemed to light up, and more importantly, she did too. So it seems like they might be giving this heroic thing an honest try. Meanwhile, here's me getting more and more nervous that something's gonna happen to them. Just something in my bones tells me this won't go well. Back at the new Diamond Cutter gym, we see Lanolin cutting loose while the #1 instigator Mimic, disguised as Duo, eggs her on further. He is playing her so hard, and has been since the beginning, but like, look at her go! I had no idea Lanolin had hands like that. That sheep is boxing! Whatever the case, Duo is sowing the seeds of distrust and breaking the Diamond Cutters from the inside, which is fitting since his job descriptor is an infiltrator. Tangle, hearing what's going on inside that gym, runs off to her comfort girl. Once again, this issue hits with feels as Whisper is going through her own self-doubt, as we discover she's still blaming herself with what happened with Silver a few issues back. Now we know why she didn't get any footage of Mimic with Silver that one time, since she openly states she stopped recording until now. And thankfully she did, because she's able to point out obvious differences between the two Phantom Riders that showed up at the competition, pointing out that Sonic as the Phantom Rider never attacked anyone directly and had a different board than the other one. Tangle suggests that they investigate the Phantom Riders together, deciding to leave our angry sheep girl out of it, not knowing how she'd take the news that it was Sonic all along. The Babylon Rogues swear to take down the whole competition itself and whoever is behind it, while Serge and Kid decide to give an honest shot at a heel face turn. But that's not the only swearing going on right now. Our main antagonist of this arc, Clutch, learns that Sonic is behind the interference as the Phantom Rider. The original one anyway. Something we see here is that Clutch seems to lose his cool. Bad. The dude is angry. And even has Mimic going like, "Hey yo, what the f***?" Yeah, Clutch might be a bit more unhinged under that charismatic persona he puts on. All that Riz ain't covering that anger, being all sleazy and greasy. And he swears that the Phantom Rider will pay if he shows up again. Oh nah, they were cooking again with this book. I bet they don't have... Wow, they have it! Character development! This book is great. I'm gonna need issue 72 yesterday. Ain't no way I'm not seeing the end of this. Though I am super worried for Kit and Serge going forward. If they have good intentions but don't quite understand what makes a hero, they might wind up overdoing it, or worse. And the last thing we need is Serge having another mental breakdown because of this. Damn you, Starline, you've been gone for like 22 issues and your damage is still living on in these two. Now with everyone somewhat aware of what's actually going on in this competition, it's only a matter of time before things come to a head. Sheep Defense Force? I have a feeling things aren't gonna go good for her either. Did you see the look in her eyes at the end there? She's looking to do some damage to whoever she thinks is responsible for this. The Lanolin Haters United cannot wait. This issue gets an 8.5 out of 10. But am I crazy, or did it take a couple of reads for me to understand what was going on in the first few pages of this one? Like, I didn't initially understand there were two Phantom Riders until the third or fourth glance. But let me know your thoughts, smash the like button for the engagement and algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Last video's best comment. This video is brought to you by my patrons.